Exomologiste tokirio te agathos alleluia.
Otis ton neona to eleos aftu alleluia.
Go on, bro. How you doing?
I've been watching you quite regular. I want to know what you think England is.
Sorry?
What is England?
Ooh, good question. England is a kingdom that was established by Alfred the Great, his son and his grandson, Ethelbert, who became the first king of the English. And he linked that identity intrinsically to the defense of the church. So to be English is to defend the church, to be bound to the church. And the reason why I say that is if you look at the great history of the English, from Alfred the Great to the present, absolutely everything has changed except the unity of the English to the church, which has been the one present, continuous and unchanged, though reformed, but unchanged from the time of Alfred the Great to the present king.
Isn't that England?
What?
The Bible?
No, the Bible is definitely not England.
Sorry, so the protector should be the king now of the church.
Yes, should be.
Yes, the king.
Protecting the borders and everything else, protecting the people.
He's done wrong.
No, he's a traitor, he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's accurate.
I don't think it was fair that he opened up our churches for another
He didn't.
No?
No, it's the apostate bishops that did that. The king literally has.
Sorry.
So the king literally has no power. Everybody puts it on the king because they don't understand the Constitution. It would help patriots a lot if they actually took the time to understand the Constitution of the country. The king has no power. That's one of the things that's changed. But the thing that hasn't changed is that the state and the church are bound together. So if you want to defend something that has been consistently English, it is that unity. And that means...
English, I thought Christian.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just English, I think Christian. I mean, it's the whole of Europe that Christian that is kind of been invaded.
Well, that's the point. If we as English are bound to the church, then that means it's not just an individualized private project of one tribe, but it is this tribe working in unity with other tribes for the kingdom of God. So that brings me to your point about the Bible. The Bible is not England, though the Bible did make England. And the Bible is the heritage of all Christians, and it's one of those things that the tribe of the English share with other tribes and other peoples.
I disagree there, Bob.
Well, who wrote the Bible, bro?
Well, the Bible is written by a number of people. Moses wrote the first 5 chapters.
Was Moses English?
Don't forget, there's signs which should be left on the earth, right? Because I'm not a spinning ball freak, right? There's signs that should be left somewhere on the earth, wherever country, right? It identifies the Promised Land.
The Promised Land is Israel.
But we are told that.
That's what the Bible actually says.
It tells us that the right. It
And
tells
that's
us
where
the
Jesus will
Bible.
eventually come back to.
Right.
He won't be coming back to England.
No, he'll be there.
He'll come back. He'll come back to the world at his great Perusia, and he will come back to the world. I think you're speaking about British Israelism, but that's not biblical. British Israelism is not biblical. Let me be clear. British Israelism, if not outright heresy, is certainly a grievous error. The English are not Israel. England is not the Promised Land.
Right, if I turned around and said to you that I found a number of sites linked with the Bible on this land, right?
I would say that you've misread the Bible.
I've misread the Bible.
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Right. Because when you look into the Old Testament, all the lands that are spoken about in the Old Testament are all identifiable in North Africa, the Middle East, and the southern Mediterranean basin. England it mentions the nations. Like when it talks about Israel, it says they come out of Egypt, they cross the Red Sea, they're in the deserts of Sinai, and then they enter into the land of Canaan. Now we know where Canaan is because you just look at the archaeological record, and we can identify the Canaanites through archaeology. So when they're entering into the land of Canaan, we know where that is because of the archaeological record, and that's where roughly we see Palestine and Israel, Transjordan, Lebanon. It's that area that we're talking about. So it's not England.
Right. So Abraham, right, erected the stone, the altar.
Yes, he erected a stone altar. Yeah.
They don't tell us what the area is called where Abraham erected the altar, but it does tell us.
I think it does.
It does tell us that it was to the east of Bethel and to the west of Ai. And this is where Lot separated. Lot went to the east, right?
And Abraham went
into the garden of God.
And Abraham went to the west.
They went to the west.
Right. So
but
into Canaan, and we know where Canaan is. We have archaeology identifying the Canaanites, their language, their religion, their religious practices.
So Canaanites, you say?
Canaanites.
Not similar to Templar? The Knights Templar?
Not knights.
Right.
Canaanites.
Ah, right. Sorry.
So it's like saying
mean
English.
actual, right.
No. Canaanites. It's just a people. It's a tribe in a land.
When you say Knights, like the Knights
Yeah.
Templar.
Yeah, but Abraham settles, and his children. Remember, because Abraham's children, his grandson Isaac and Joseph, they travel from the land where Abraham settled back into Egypt, right? And they did it by walking, right?
Yeah, it could be brought out of Egypt.
There's no mention of a boat. There's no mention of them. There's no mention of them getting on a boat.
No, he walked through the sea.
What, Abraham walked through the sea?
No, not Abraham. Moses.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Abraham and his children. Because you're trying to make the argument that you found a stone altar in England that proves that the land of promise is England, right?
No, what I've said to you, right?
Have I misunderstood you?
No, what I've said to you, I found a number of sites.
You haven't, but go on.
I have, yeah.
Go on, tell us what you
I
found.
found a number of sites. I found an altar.
And what do they prove?
And 12 stones.
What do they prove, please? What do they prove,
I
please?
also, let me just finish. Let me finish my conversation. And I'll,
Go on.
Okay. I started asking.
I've got 15 minutes before I have to go.
Well, I said a Park for Stoke many years ago, right? And I went on a history on it, right? I've never been a big believer, but now I'm a believer, right?
Of what?
Of the creation.
Your prophet ate haram. Muhammad ate haram. Muhammad ate camel meat. That's haram. Muhammad ate camel meat. That's haram. Go on.
I don't know how they can compare Jesus.
Yeah, you can't.
There's no way.
You can't.
You can't. I mean, what he done in 10 years, 82 wars,
Yeah.
killed so many people, married
And
11 wives, one
against each
6-year-old.
I mean, shall I tell you the biggest irony of all? Here's the biggest irony of all. Muslims will say, Israel is committing a genocide. Condemn Israel, it's committing a genocide. But Muhammad wanted to commit a genocide in the Arabian Peninsula and did against the tribe of the Abu Quraysh. They'll say, Israel is an apartheid state, or condemn Israel, it's an apartheid state. But Muhammad establishes an apartheid in Sharia law. So all the things that they're condemning Israel for, Muhammad himself did. And they just don't get the irony. They just, in Nigeria they're killing thousands.
Syria. You know, so many places the Christians have been.
Yeah. So go on, bro. Can I ask you what is it you think? Okay, taken for granted that you found these sites.
Right.
What do you think that they prove, please?
I believe that I've identified what you recognise as Bethel with these stones.
So you are saying that. Wait. So wait. You are saying therefore that this is the promised land. This land. Right.
I've also found where the burial chamber for the patriarchs and matriarchs are, which is in memory.
Whatever sites that you found, what you've done is I assure you, sir, what
But
you've
the
done.
stones at the top of there by Jacob,
What you
when
have
he was
done.
met by the band.
What you have done is you have applied the Bible to your immediate context in a way that's eisegesis. Do you know what eisegesis is?
No, come on, carry on.
Right, so there's a difference between eisegesis and exegesis. Eisegesis is when you read something into the text that's not there. Exegesis is when you read out of the text what the text is saying. If you're saying that the England is the promised land where Abraham settled, you are doing eisegesis.
I'm reading something into it which isn't there.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Right,
But you're
okay,
doing that with the archaeology.
Right, then, okay, then.
You're doing that with the archaeology.
Right, then. Okay, then. So, like say, I went on a history hunt. Found 7 sites altogether.
Respectfully, sir, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude, but I'm happy to talk about the points that you make. But what I don't have time for is a story. So make your points like bullet points, and I'll interact with them. But if you're going to tell me stories, I'll just have to stop the conversation because I literally don't have the time for the stories.
Well,
so what points do you want to make, and I'll interact with the points.
The point I want to make is that we're being lied to as regards its true location.
Right. Do you believe that Jesus Christ was an Israelite born in Bethlehem, or that he was an Englishman born somewhere in England?
It depends where you say Bethlehem is.
I say Bethlehem is a few miles away from Jerusalem in the West Bank, close to Israel. So, do you believe that?
That isn't what they tell us in thing, is it?
That is exactly what
it's
they.
at the northern
that is where
it's
it
the
was.
northern point of Israel.
No, it isn't.
Is Bethel. That's
No,
what they say,
no,
based
Bethlehem. My question was about Jesus. Because if you're, let me explain the reason for my argument. Because if you're saying that this land is the promised land, then that means that the people here are the promised people, and that Jesus Christ should have been born in England. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Right. I am saying to you, what you've done there is eisegesis of archaeology.
I've read something into what I've read.
No, 1 second. And here's an argument why. Do you know who Josephus is?
Josephus, no, go on.
Right. So Josephus was a Roman historian of Jewish stock captured after the Roman revolt of 70 AD. And he chronicles the things that lead up to the great war against the Romans in Israel, in the province of Judea. And in Josephus's writings, he talks about the Jewish people in Israel, the province of Judea, and he mentions Jesus as being crucified in Israel under a Roman governor called Pontius Pilate. So what we've got exactly. So if a Roman historian is saying that Jesus was in Israel, you have very good reasons to abandon what you're saying about Jesus being born in England.
But that's...
No, you've got to go by historical fact. Historical fact, you take it back. He
Yeah.
was born there. He died on the cross.
Exactly.
He was resurrected, and that's by historical...
Are you wanting to ask me some questions?
No, I'm going in a minute, sir.
Me too.
Christian,
Right, I'm not denying what it's telling us.
Right.
No matter where you are.
But what it is, right, that certain things identify certain things.
No, what you're doing is eisegesis of the archaeology.
See, cyanide,
Anyway.
cyanide was at the northern
Sorry,
end of
Uncle,
the
I'm going to go. But have a lovely day. You know, I won't. No.
I want you to read it.
I won't.
Right,
I won't.
My phone number ready.
I'm sorry, I won't. I won't read
To get
it.
in touch with you.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to
I
talk
will,
some more.
I will.
But I
I'll
won't
send you
take the
some
book.
more information.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
All
you,
right.
Bob. It's
Nice
Bob,
to meet you.
isn't
It
it?
is. Yeah, not my real
follow you all
name.
the
I don't
time.
use my real name.
No, I know. But it's good what
Yeah.
you're doing. Yeah, you
Thank you very much.
keep doing what you're doing, because
Yeah.
otherwise...
You're going to wait
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Really good.
Feel free to get in touch.
Jesus be with you.
Yeah. Guys, I've got to go. Peace be with you.